P with Sun Show. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, let's go, y'all.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
And it's going down now. All right. We good. We good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Everything is gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. Take a rest now, and everything is gonna be all right. And everything is gonna be all right. Do your thing, mom, and everything is gonna be all right. And everything is gonna be all right. Yo, it's your world, baby. It's your world. We're gonna talk about it right now. The outtakes of your public persona. The outtakes of your public persona. You know that outtakes, movie outtakes, are the scenes from a movie where they messed up, didn't say the lines right, they flubbed the lines, or something happened. It was the scenes from a movie that they couldn't put in the movie because they didn't do it right. Well, the outtakes are taken from times when they were practicing during the movie. They come from practice, and practice makes perfect. So they only take the scenes from the movies that were done perfectly. The ones that had flaws in them, the parts where somebody was talking, the parts where somebody didn't say their lines right, or the sound wasn't right, or something else, they took those lines out. So sometimes in some movies, at the end of the movies, they'll show you those outtakes. Like this is some of the fun that we was having, or these are some of the things that were happening when we were trying to film this movie. And it's interesting to see how things were happening while they were putting this movie together, because you usually only see the finished product. Well, think about how you have practiced conducting yourself in public when you are around other people, trying to make sure that you get your public image right. You want to make sure that people are looking at you in a form of respect. You want them to treat you respectfully. You don't want to be out there looking like you some type of buffoon, some type of moron, some type of cornball, some kind of stupid person, like somebody that's worthy of being played and not worthy of respect. Hey, so we're gonna talk about that today. Some people we get it when we're very young. We call it home training, and just about all children have gotten some home training. Well, at least that's the way you would think, and that's how it appears. You could tell when they didn't get enough, and your peers be acting like park apes when they out in public, and you ain't trying to hear that. You ain't trying to shove it. All right, so let's go. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is a Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This Sunday on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about the outtakes of your public persona. The outtakes of your public persona. So we're basically talking about the things that you do out in public that are different from what you would do in private. Naturally and logically, there are things that you do around certain people that you won't do out in front of everybody else and your family, around your circle of friends, between you and your spouse, you and your love. There are certain things that you do that you would not show out there in the world. Some of these things make sense, like having sex, like sharing family personal secrets, or things that are personalized to your family situation. How you raise your children, cultural things that you involve people who are only involve people who are close to you. Things like that make sense. But there are some things that we do in private that we don't show in public that I'm not going to say probably should be shown in public, but they are things that the public may need to know about you because they are things that are harmful, dangerous, unsafe, and really on a level where it would benefit somebody to know, what's going on with you. Things like domestic violence. We can get straight to it. Most people who practice domestic violence in the home don't show that out in public. So out in public, they may be some type of ambassador, some type of diplomat, some type of really, really good person out there in the world that everybody looks up to, that everybody thinks is so great, that everybody goes to for advice and for help and things like that. They don't know that you whooping your woman's ass behind the scenes. They don't know that she can't even have company, or that you won't even invite company over your house because your woman has to clear up her wounds and things like that. And that's why you don't take her out in public, because out in public they'll see that she has a black eye. What are you going to say? You with your man, your woman is with her man, which is you, and she got a busted lip, nose crooked, eye looks like it's healing up from a black eye. You know what it's going to look like. So you shield her from having to display herself out there in the world. But in the house has become her personal dungeon. See, these are the outtakes of your public persona. You want to make sure that you delete those scenes when you go out there into the world. And it may not even be physical abuse that you practice in the home. It could be emotional abuse, mental and emotional abuse. Maybe you're the type that puts your children down when you're in the house, puts your woman down, calls her fat. Oh, you big fat tub of lard, you old weave wearing nappy headed bitch, you old stupid, don't know nothing, ain't got nothing, don't come from nothing, whatever. Calling your kids stupid, calling your kids ugly, calling your children worthless. Many parents have done it. They may do that at home, but out there in the world, oh my, children, blah, 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 doting over them, acting like you really love them. And the kids looking at you like, Yeah, I know that I look straight and poker faced out here and maybe even have a smile on my face. But little do people know that here I am 8 years old considering suicide. My mama and my daddy hates me, or my mama or my dad or whatever. They hate me and they treat me as such. But they make sure that they put on a good face when I'm at church. They make sure they put on a good face when I'm at school. They make sure that they put on a good face when we go to the store. But when I get home, it's on. I might get my ass whooped on a regular basis, but at the very least, I'm going to have to endure this verbal abuse. The outtakes of your public persona. Outtakes. I know we got a little deep, we got a little hard coming out the gate, because sometimes it's not that bad. We're going to talk about the lighter side of things too. Like, have you had a best friend that you were so close to that y'all practiced the way that y'all were going to act out there in the world? Almost like a movie script or a play. Like y'all practiced finishing each other's words. Y'all were that close. Y'all were that good. Y'all were that creative. It meant that much to y'all to portray that type of friendship out there in the world. I've seen it done. I've known friends that were so close, they were so cool, they dressed alike. Yeah, of course there were always people who clowned friends who dressed alike. Of course. But there were also people who thought, like, look at that. Okay. They cool like that. It wasn't like now where people be like, oh my God, they're gay. There were times when they weren't gay. They was just cool like that. So when you saw one, you always saw the other. They would bounce ideas and look like they had their own little language. They would be talking and stuff around each other. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, shoot. Me and Dita had something like that. We had our own little language going on. You know, still do to this day, certain things. You know, brothers too. So you may have practiced the way that y'all were going to act when you went out. When y'all went out. I don't care if y'all went to a club, party, bar, playground, rec center, school, whatever. Like, yo, Ski, check it out, man. Check it out. I came up with this shit. Check it out. When we go to the basketball court, right? I'm gonna say this, and when I say this, you gotta make sure you listening, because when I say this, then I want you to say that, and then I'm gonna hit them with this. Wow, they're gonna be like, ooh. It could be, it could be something like that, light, innocent, but it was a practice. When you were a teenager, this colon ring good as shit today. This thing is slizzing. I gotta start using the spinach more. I did this correctly today. This is good. Yeah. But yeah, the outtakes of your public persona. There are things that you do not. There are things about your personality that you subtract when you go out. Maybe when you go to work, whatever the case may be. It's not necessarily that you're fronting. It's not necessarily that you're being fake. It's not necessarily that you're not being your authentic self. It's not that. But yeah, the way that you portray yourself, the way that you want to be seen in public, that's your business, and it's your right. And as long as you're not directly straight up and down lying, it's not a problem. The problem comes is that some people are straight up and down lying. And it's something we got to deal with. T. Carey, right? Morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita, always a great thing to see you. And Stacey White, thanks for coming on through. You know what time it is, and you know how we do. And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing. Max, chill. What up, y'all? Good to see me some of y'all today. So we're talking about the outtakes of your public persona. What y'all know? Like I said, with parents, we called it home training. And we all got it. Even if it was something as small as, when we go to this market, don't start asking for stuff you know I'm not going to buy. And if you start putting stuff in this cart without asking me, it's going to be a problem. Problem. And you don't want them kind of problems, baby. You don't want it. Also, your parents taught you not to act out. Don't start whining. Don't start begging. And you better not ask no other grown-up for nothing while we out. Don't be trying to make it look like I don't provide for you or give you anything, or like you ain't never had a couple of coins or a couple of dollars or whatever, some candy, gum, whatever. Don't ask nobody for nothing. And don't be so quick to accept anything that anybody offer to you. If I say you can have it, you can have it. Don't even think about taking it for yourself. By yourself. Home training. When we go into the store, we going shopping, you stick close to me. Don't start wandering off. If I have to come look for you, it's not going to be a good look. You're not going to like it. Might not whoop your ass in the store, but when we get home, there's going to be fireworks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Home training. Home training. Yeah, I know you're an inquisitive little child. You like to ask a lot of questions. When we go here to this gas company, electric company, phone company, don't start asking a lot of questions while we waiting to be seen. I need to concentrate on this bill I gotta pay. So don't be asking, oh, mom, what's that? What's that? Dad, what's that? What are we doing? And can I sit over here? Can I? No. Save all your questions for when we get out of the store. Home training. Home training. The home training was supposed to kick in and be present whether your parents were there or not. Whether your parents were around or not. Your home training should show when you go to school. And it will show when you go to school. If you talk reckless and go unchecked at home, then you can best believe at school it's going to play out. If you don't listen at home, then you're not going to listen at school. If you don't respect authority at home, you're not going to respect authority at school. You know what I know, what we know, what they know. So make sure that you keep it funky. Monday at school, if the teacher has to call me and tell me you've been talking back, you've been acting out, you've been fighting, you've been talking in class, you've been chewing gum, you've been eating candy, you done brought your toys to school, you done tried to skate to school like Tootie on Facts of Life, there's gonna be a problem. Problem. I said Problem. I said Problem. If you try to get stupid like the rest of your friends, I ain't boo-boo the fool. And if you try to tell me some dumb shit, it ain't cool. And I hope you be good at school because you're going to want to be there all the time when I get the tools out the shed. I might have to go right upside your head. And I don't want to do it. All you got to do is listen. Yo, listen to your mama and daddy and don't be dissing. That's all right. The outtakes of your public persona. Who knows what I'm talking about? Who knows what I'm talking about when I talk about the outtakes of your public persona? The scenes that you take out when you go out there in public. Okay. For example, what do a lot of women say they do as soon as they get home from work? A lot of women say the first thing that happens is that bra got to come off. Some women claim to be so good at taking off their bra, they can do it with one hand from the front. Just reach down, yank that thing off. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. There are a lot of women who walk around the house butt-ass naked with school-aged children around. Yeah, it might not be you, but you probably know somebody who do. It might be your sister. It might be your cousin. It might be whatever. I know a bunch of lady Gadavas, and they show no shame. They kids know all of their little crevices. Real shit. Of course, you wouldn't want the rest of the world to know that. Everybody don't have to know that as soon as you get home, you disrobe. Okay, some of y'all acting stupid like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, how many of y'all have gone over to your friend's house and wondered how come you never saw the mom. Or how many of y'all, like if somebody comes to your door, you can't answer the door because you're undressed. Some women will tell you. They'll ask, like, if you knock on the door, ring the bell. Yeah, yes, who is it? Oh, it's such and such. Okay, give me a minute. I have to put something on. You thinking like maybe they in a robe, maybe they just not dressed appropriately enough to come to the door. No, they ass naked. Ass naked. It's their right, it's their home. The thing is, the kids are around when they all right, some women have at least gotten better with it, and they be home naked in their room. So they naked all day, but they in their room. So yeah, knock before you come in my room. I ain't dressed. If you don't want to see nothing that's going to traumatize you, I suggest y'all don't bust into my room. You're going to get 2 surprises for the price of 1. Stacey White says, it doesn't matter. They still going to tell lies and talk about you anyway. But nonetheless, like my daddy always used to say, people can say whatever they want to about you. It's up to you to make it true or false. You do have power. You do have power. You do have control. People can say whatever they want to say about you. It's up to you to make what they're saying true or false. And if it's false, you'll stand behind it. You'll make sure that the truth comes out. If it's true, you'll probably say, well, who told you that? Or you need to mind your damn business. I mean, it's true that they do need to mind their damn business, but it hits harder when it's true. It does. It hits harder when it's true. It hits harder when it's true. So, we got to be careful. But yeah, the outtakes of your public persona. The outtakes, of your public persona. Everybody doesn't need to know what's going on in your house. But if there's something dangerous going on in your house, like physical abuse, like verbal and mental and emotional abuse, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Way too many people have been abusive at home and really played the role out there in public, to the point where if something really, really tragic happened, people outside the home would be like, no, that's not how such and such is. They would never do this. They would never do that. Have you ever heard somebody defend somebody that you know that they don't really know, when you know the truth? Have you ever heard somebody say, no, such and such would never do this. Such and such would never do that. I know them. And you're thinking to yourself, like, no, you don't know them. I know them. Like somebody who may have known somebody that you know, they've only known them for about 6 months. And you've known them for about 16 years. And they trying to tell you how that person is. And you're thinking to yourself, or actually telling them like, no, it's not like that. Even if it was like that, that would all be brand new. But it's not like that. No. Like I said, it's a tough situation. C. Carey Wright says, when I was married, we had a public persona. I mean, sometimes, I'm not saying you, but sometimes there's some people who literally practice how they are going to look out there in the world. Personally, I don't think it's a bad idea. As long as both parties involved or all parties involved are on the same page. The problem is when one grown person tells the other grown person, no, when we go out, you better do this, you better do that. That's when it's a problem, as far as I'm concerned. I better treat you with respect, or when we get home, it's going to be a real problem. Yeah, I got a problem with that. That's not good. That not good. That not good. You better not let nobody or have nobody thinking that I'm whooping your ass when we at home. I know I look healthy and happy, but underneath this sleeve, I can't move my arm. I'm not sure if it's broke, sprained, or whatever, but it hurts. So y'all gonna see me talk with my hands this way. You ain't gonna see this arm move. Any rapper disagree with me, wave your arm. Yeah, man. Because I'm the R, the A to the K I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Yeah, man. The outtakes of your public persona. Stacey White says, Omar, what about females verbally and physically abusing men? That happens too. That's true. Here's the thing. And this might be a double standard. But women who normally verbally and physically abuse their men, they don't do it only in the home. They don't only do it at home. Like most women that I've known who verbally abuse their men and emotionally abuse their men, they do it everywhere. They do it everywhere. Like they don't wait. I've rarely heard men say, yeah, she nice to me out here in public, but when we get home, she a beast. I mean, she damn near be having me crying. I know you may not hear men say that because they want to appear masculine and macho and in control. But most women that I know who are verbally and emotionally abusive are so reckless with their mouths. They don't save that for the house. They don't have no outtakes of their public persona. They be beating a man down verbally out in public. They be having motherfuckers looking like, damn. I know his dick don't never get hard for her at the crib. And you know what's messed up? They wrong. Because some men are turned on by that old dirty, nasty, ratchet shit. That loud, boisterous. Yeah. Some men are turned on by that. That's all they know. Maybe their moms, aunts, and grandmothers was that way. But that's just how I see it. I'm interested in hearing y'all version. TK writes, he had horrible issues at home, and but felt like it was no one else's business to know about our issues. The problem comes when you break up. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the urban therapy show. Urban therapy with Sun Show, and we gonna talk about these things, you know. All right. No, I said at Carrie, when it becomes a talk show, ooh. TK right says everyone is surprised because it looked like everything was good. No, it says when it becomes a talk show topic, yeah. The outtakes of your public persona. The outtakes. The scenes that you make sure are deleted, they end up on the cutting room floor. You go out there in public. Honestly, to keep it a buck, I'm gonna throw an easy one out there. Weaves and wigs. Weaves and wigs. Many women take their wigs off at home. They don't have them on all day. Them shits is hot. They can be itchy. So a lot of women remove their wigs when they're at home. Put them back on when they go out. Terror cat, 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 something like a wave cat, something like a baby cat, something. It's a terror cat. It's a terror cat with the finger waves. Oh my God! I said it's a cat. Yo. Yeah. Stacy says, my husband going to be my eternity one. Oh, going to be my eternity one time only. I'm not telling nothing. Okay. But yeah, there's deleted scenes that stay on the cutting room floor at the crib. They don't get on that other side. Shoot, some people, like I said, with the weaves and the well, it's hard to just take a weave out. It might be sewn in and all of that. But you might not have it looking as pristine and as neat and put together as you do when you go outside. Same thing with the wig. Like I said, you might be rocking the baldy at home or with just the braids, the hair braided close. French, not the French braids. That's just the hair braided all the way to the back that you latch the wig onto. Yes, I did say latch. Pin, okay? Pin the wig to. But the way that people see you at home, you might have a totally different look than what you do outside. So the wig might come off and the makeup might come off at home. One thing about makeup is once you get really used to wearing it all the time, you really start to accept the way that your made up face looks as your face. You really start to feel like that's the way that you're supposed to look and that you do look for the most part. That's why some women be lying, talking about something. I look just as good or pretty much the same without makeup. Well, if that was true, you wouldn't put the makeup on. So I don't think that that's 100% true. I recognize that a whole lot of things aren't 100% true. But I know that that's not 100% true. We're going to have to find a new truth. That's what the Guan do. That's what we're going to have to do. The outtakes of your public persona. The way you act. The things you value. Shoot, back in the day, my dad told me how, like, back in the day, certain people who were starting to embrace the Islamic faith would make sure that they didn't embrace it when they were at work. Maybe they worked in corporate America, whatever the case may be, even blue collar America. If they worked around a whole bunch of white people, they was not talking about converting to Islam. Now we're talking about back in the 50s and 60s. But hey, we are talking about what we're talking about. And a lot of people who were starting to embrace Islam, whether you're talking about the Nation of Islam or Orthodox Islam. This country was so entrenched and accepting of the Christian faith that even though Christianity is the unofficial language of the United States, it was definitely seen as the religion that the majority of people were engaged in. So some people who would see that you were starting to run around talking about Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, you're starting to see that, oh, this person is on that type time. And it was an easy way to lose your job without losing it that way. It was an easy way to get ostracized from certain events, left out, uninvited, messing around with those black Muslims. So, you know, that could be a tough thing to deal with. The outtakes of your public persona. I know that there are white people who know exactly what I'm talking about. At home, they might spew all of that racist shit. It might be nigga, spick, gook, gook. I said nigga, spick. The gook. I said nigga, spick. The gook. I said that nigga, spick. Gook. What do they call Arabs, or what they might call Middle Eastern people? Terrorists? Okay, maybe they call them terrorists. I said, hold on. I said that nigga, spick. Gook. La. Nigga, spick. Gook, terrorist. Nigga, spick. Gook, terrorist. Nigga, spick. Gook, terrorist. Arabs. Yeah, but Arabs, that's not a derogatory. That's just motherfuckers who don't know how to pronounce shit right. That's all that is. That's all that is, Carol Chambers says. Taki, that's so true. People were surprised when I felt when I left my first spouse, our problems were not on public display. Yeah. Cool. The thing about it, whether we're talking about, what you portray yourself out in public or not, the pain is still there. It's out there. The pain is out there in public. It's definitely there, and it might be done in an even more dangerous way when it's in the crib. This is some seaweed. See that? I ordered these off Amazon. Little seaweed strips. Let me show you. And I try to come up on some healthy snacks or whatever. But I like seaweed. They have different flavors of this. This is the sea salt kind. But they have other flavors. I figured since seaweed does come from the sea and there's salt in the sea, sea salt sounds about right. This is what it looks like. Like little thin slices of seaweed. Now, I've eaten regular seaweed. It pretty much just dissolves. This pretty much just dissolves in your mouth. And so it's about how many of these sheets? It's over. Wait, I want to say about 10. About 10 sheets, but they taste pretty good. They ain't bad. It's a little light snack. like better than eating potato chips or popcorn or something that it's not that good for your health. You can eat little healthy snacks. My dad used to like that. He never gave us candy when we was growing up. He always gave us like fruits, like dried fruit. Like I remember eating a lot of dried apricots, grapes, raisins, stuff like that. Nuts. I think he was the originator of the trail mix. That kind of stuff. So yeah, go get you a little seaweed. Go get you a little seaweed. Seaweed. Not everybody likes it. Some people think that the texture is not all this that. I mean, it tastes better than that little bread slice thing that people get in communion. In church, the little white thing. It tastes better than that. Carol says, I mixed up my own trail mix of what I like. Makes sense to me. But did you have some seaweed though? Seaweed. Oh. Seaweed. Stacy says popcorn is not. It's not what? I don't know what that word is. That says only when I eat sushi. Yak. I know a lot of people like sushi. I don't like it. Well, but you know what? That kind of goes in line with what we talk about. When we talk about the outtakes of your public persona. And I was talking about, people who might practice Islam at home, but are ashamed or afraid to show that they follow Islam out there in the world. There have been people who all out kept eating pork. They were around white friends, their corporate friends or whatever. Oh yeah, man, listen, we got some great, I don't know, what's a popular, we got some great sausage. We got some Polish sausage. Here, have one. You there, eating the Polish sausage or eating the bratwurst or whatever, and damn well you supposed to be a Muslim. But you a home Muslim. You're gonna do whatever it takes to get that money. Okay. Stacey says popcorn is a good snack to have. Okay. It depends. It depends on what popcorn. Not all popcorn is cut from the same cloth. Not all popcorn is cut from the same cloth. I've had some good popcorn though. But popcorn is one of those things that you can get in a healthy way, or you can get it in a totally, you ain't got no business eating it way. But it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, man, the outtakes of your public persona. You may be really serious about not wanting people to see who you are at home versus who you are or what you display or how you want people to look at you out there in the world. Like I said, sometimes it can get dangerous. There's some people who refuse to play that game, and I understand, but they may not refuse. They may refuse to play that game for other reasons that aren't that good. Like maybe at home you are a straight drug addict, huh? You ever see somebody try to hide their drug addict in public? I'm sorry. Have you ever hide their drug addict? Yeah, I have seen many people try to hide their drug addict in public. But what I was trying to say was, have you ever seen somebody try to hide their drug addiction in public? You know, at home they get high. You know what I mean? It's a drug haven at the crib, damn near crack house. But out there in the world, they want to act, you know, they straighten up, clean up nice, and all of that kind of stuff. Hiding their drug habit, hiding their drug addiction. Those are the outtakes of their public persona. The world don't need to know that I sniffed the coke, that I smoked the crack, that I banged the dope. They don't need to know. Stacy says, I am very private. I really don't know how God is using me. Is he using you privately? Carol says, my ex did all the time. Hide his drug addiction. Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that, Carol? If you have the self-awareness to try to hide your drug addiction, if you have enough self-control to try to hide your addiction from others in public, then I'm thinking that same self-control, willpower, you should have enough to be able to address your addiction in the first place. How is it that you just let your addiction run wild while you're at the crib? But out there in the world, you don't want nobody to know you getting high. Don't you know getting high by yourself is the loneliest place on earth? I bet you didn't buy them drugs by yourself. You ain't buy them from yourself. Somebody out there know you getting high. The dope boy knows you getting high. Ain't no way you buying that amount of drugs for somebody else. No way. No. The outtakes of your public persona. The outtakes. Look, Carol said the same thing I just said. Only their dealers know for sure. If your dealer know, then somebody else knows too. Drug dealers will not keep your drug addiction a secret. Somebody gonna know for sure. The outtakes of your public persona. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. Feeling like a real man should. Hoping y'all feeling like real men and women should also. And we're talking about the outtakes of your public persona. Mm-hmm. You know, something that there are things that okay. Well, of course, for most people, I have to preface it by saying that for most people, they want to keep their sexual exploits hidden from the general public. Don't nobody need to know what I like in the bedroom. And I have to say most people because it definitely doesn't apply to all people. There are plenty of people out there that seem to want everybody to know what they do. For example, having a tongue ring. Male or female. Because I have known some bitch ass niggas that had a tongue ring. But having a tongue ring is ironclad evidence and proof that you perform oral sex. Ironclad proof. Because it makes no sense to do that. Now, from personal experience, I know that it doesn't make oral sex it doesn't make it feel any better. Not at all. It's a visual thing. It's a mental thing. But it happens. Some people have struggles separating their public persona. I mean their private persona from their public persona. Or they don't care. They don't care. Weed smokers. Man. Weed smokers, y'all. All of y'all listening to this show probably remember a time when people who smoked weed smoked it on the low. Tell me I'm lying. There are many people that I grew up with, adults that I knew. I didn't know they even smoked weed. Now, and you know, smoking weed wasn't a good thing for your coworkers to know about because many jobs had policies against substance use. So they would have like random drug testing and things like that. Now cats they smoke all on the internet. They making videos with them smoking. And many of them are professionals. A lot of nurses and doctors smoke weed. You would think that a doctor or a nurse would never smoke anything. It's untrue. Plenty of them smoke cigarettes. How they justify that? Who knows? Yeah. Hold on. I can't leave the weed smoking thing because when they started legalizing weed or whatever about 10 years ago, wait. How long ago was it that Colorado became the weed smoking and weed copping capital of the United States? What year did Colorado legalize marijuana?
2012. According to Colorado Cannabis,
10 years ago.
2012, Colorado legalized marijuana for adults over age 21 by passing Amendment 64 to the Colorado Constitution.
There you go. 2012. So 10 years ago, Colorado stepped up to the plate and said, look, if y'all want to buy weed, smoke weed, this is the place to be. Since then, other states have followed suit. But one thing that it has done, it is that it has separated people from what they do privately in terms of marijuana usage versus what they do publicly. Now, weed smokers want you to know, yeah, I get high. I smoke weed. I love weed. I love weed more than people. I broke up with my last boyfriend, but I kept my weed. Real track. You know, like online, you'll see these memes. Some of them say one of them has to go, so it'd be like drinking, sex, food, or whatever. I've heard people say sex can go, but I'm keeping my weed. I've seen people say it. Either the one of them has to go thing, or what do you do to relax when you get home? So they have, the same scenario: the drinks, the sex, the weed. What's the fourth one they normally have? Oh, food. Yeah. Weed smokers have definitely changed They have definitely changed from how they used to do it privately. Now they waving a weed flag. You 59 years old. Stop it. It don't make no goddamn sense. Stacey says, when I was a kid and I tried to do something bad, I would get caught every time, and they would tell my mama. Okay. G. Carey Wright says, for women, the tongue ring, for women, the tongue ring hits different. Okay. You know, a part of me really wants to say TMI, but it's not. It's just I. It's just I. Stacey White says black lips. Yeah, and here's the thing. You only get black lips from smoking weed if you smoke blunts. If you smoke smoke from a pipe or regular papers or a bong, you don't get the black lips. But everybody wants to smoke blunts now. You actually get better effects from the weed when you smoke papers. But bigger, the visual bigger looks better. So people have mostly relegated themselves to smoking blunts. But that's how you get them black, nasty looking lips. All you got to do to get your lips back, stop smoking blunts. You can still smoke weed, but stop smoking blunts. TK Wright says, gasp. You said from experience. That's TMI. Perhaps I should have led with word on the streets. Word on the streets. Well, I mean, a lot of men. I've seen men with tongue ring. I don't know. I don't know if it was fellatio or cunnilingus with them. I don't know. What I do know is that with a tongue ring, you are letting people know something about you. Absolutely. Because one thing is for sure, if your teenager would want to get a tongue ring, you're going to be like, no, there's no reason for that. And you ain't getting one. Not before 18, 19, 20 years old, you ain't. Oh, mom, I mean, can I just have... No. First of all, you don't need a hole in your tongue. They say just the piercing your tongue knocks out some of the nerves in your taste buds. Oh yeah. Q Chris Rock, bigger and blacker skin. Yeah. 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 Stacey said sometimes with some wait a minute, sometimes with some think that they are think they are freaky, but some people got tongue rings to keep them from eating so much. Don't let them tell you that. Hold on. Let me see. Well, let's see. Does having a tongue ring have an effect on your appetite? Okay, wait. All right, now they have like a question and answer board, but it says would a tongue piercing possibly help you eat less, lose weight? Quora. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Your tongue is going to be painful and swollen for at least 5 to 7 days. Please only eat soft foods. Don't drink soda. Don't use straws, and they could damage and seal around your piercing. I don't know. I would definitely go for something soft that would. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Steve. I don't know. One person says, I got my tongue pierced like literally 30 minutes ago, and I want to eat a taco, but I'm worried it'll hurt. What advice do you have for eating in the healing process? Mm. Yeah, it doesn't yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything mystical or spiritual about like, yeah, I got this tongue ring and the God stopped me from overeating immediately. Seaweed. Yeah. Some people want to wave the flag, and you know what? I'll tell you what else. Many people still struggle with their sexuality. So there's still people who are in the closet. There's still gay people that are still in the closet. So at home, they might be gay. No, let's say at home, they might be super gay. But out there in the world, they might just be feminine or soft or masculine. Have you ever known a gay person that you knew off the gate that they were gay, but they really thought that they were hiding it? Have you ever known anybody like that? Like they finally revealed to you, like, yeah, like, yeah, I like men, or yeah, women is my thing. And you was like, you're kidding me. I hope you don't think that nobody else know. But for their purposes, they may really think that at home that that out there in the world they're closeted and really portraying themselves to be straight. But at home they might really let loose and do all of the gay stuff that lives within them. Listen, for as much contempt that I might personally have for the gay lifestyle, I don't think that people should try to pretend that they're not something that they are. Now, I'm not going to support you being a man and then trying to say that you feel like you're a woman, so you're dressing up like that. I can't get with all of that. But if you are physically and emotionally attracted to the same sex, then that's what it is. That's really your business. It's not anybody else's business. I mean, what can I say? I don't think that you should have to hide that. Other people may not like it, but they don't have to. Some people, even when you're straight, all of your peoples may not like the person that you choose to be in love with. But that's your thing. It doesn't have to pass a test among all your peers and everybody. It doesn't have to. But when we start talking about the outtakes of your public persona, I have a problem when you out there in the world and acting like you straight and even having sex with straight people and all of that. But on the low, at home, it's gay porn all day. It's having sex with it's living on the down low all day and all of that. Nah, because you're affecting both communities. You are a danger. You switch hitting. You ain't got to do that. Go with the one where it's strongest. That's something that bisexual people don't seem to understand. That you're really not supposed to go back and forth. But they say we can do whatever we want to do. Okay. You right. You real right. You right. You right. You right. I can't tell you that you can't do that. But I can say that I don't approve of that. But those are the outtakes of your public persona. You leave those gay scenes, or so you believe, on the cutting room floor of your crib. Out there in the world, you doing the Rock Hudson thing. I would say Liberace, but anybody who ever thought that Liberace was straight, you had to be crazy. You gotta be crazy. So, the outtakes of your public persona, how you portray yourself out there in the world versus what you do at your crib. Stacey asked, "Do I like sushi?" That would be no. And I think some people be fronting like they like sushi. Stacey, I don't believe that everybody who eats sushi likes that shit because it's very in vogue. Now, there's some people that I know eat sushi so much, I'm like, you gotta like it. But I don't think it's that great. I think it's okay. And sushi is sort of like liver. People want to tell you, okay, if you don't like sushi, you just haven't had the right sushi. Like, I can't just not like sushi. You know, it's raw fish. How is raw fish not good for you anywhere else except for sushi? What they do to the raw fish to make it okay? Is it all that other stuff they put in that little circle? I don't know. No sushi for me. No sushi, baby. No sushi for me. Not I. Not I. Me not with it. Me not with it. So it's all good though. It is. It's all good though. The outtakes of your public persona. Let me see. Yeah. There's just some things that you would do at home that need to stay at home. Some of those things are good things or acceptable things, and some of those things are bad things and unacceptable things, like abuse. Abuse is not for the home and not for anywhere else. Of course, some crazy people will tell you, no, it's for the home. What I do at home is different. Shout out to the people who say that it's not domestic violence. Like he didn't whoop my ass. We used to just be fighting. I have heard that. We would just be fighting. Like, look, if you choose to shrug it off, who am I to tell you how to feel? Stacey says some men talk too much when it comes to the girl and tell all their sexual business. Some women talk too much about the man and tell all his sexual business. And it normally ain't good. Sometimes it is. But when it's bad, When a woman talks bad about a man's sexual prowess, it's normally bad. Like he likes a pegging and he likes to wear leggings. He likes a pegging and he likes to wear leggings. I said, he likes a pegging and he likes to wear leggings. I said, he likes a pegging and he likes to wear leggings. I said, he likes a pegging and he likes to wear leggings. And what's going on with your homeboy? I say, he takes a pegging and he likes to wear leggings. Yo, he likes to be with a boy. If he was with me, he could be with Big John. He's something like a John with a rhyme. Yeah. He likes to peg it. He likes to wear leggings. He likes to feel real sleek, not like Spider-Man or Batman or Superman. He likes to wear real tights, man. Hoochie shorts wearing ass nigga. Hoochie shorts wearing ass nigga. He wears hoochie shorts, but not out in public. He likes to do it when we home. I'm like, now you was with the nigga all these years, pegging him. Letting them wear your tights. And what was he saying? It's only gay if you don't. It's only gay if you do it with a man. Nobody knows the niggas I've seen. Niggas be on some wild shit. What up, Bobby Hilsey? Say, what's going on? Carol says, I like sushi, and I'm not ashamed. Hey, man, listen, sushi is one of those things. You either do or you don't. But some people got to stop fronting like they do when they really don't. If you eat sushi like this must be wasabi. Ain't nothing hot on that sushi. You just don't like sushi. You ain't gotta eat sushi to kick it. You ain't got to eat sushi to kick it. It's a choice. It's a choice. Stacey White says, I'm so glad I take my time. I've been blessed in that area. Well, look at you. Look at you, little Miss Freaky Deaky. Woo. She's blessed. Lord, please give me the good twat. Please, Lord, give me the good twat. Please don't let niggas be out here talking about my shit stink, or that it's shallow, or that it ain't working, or that it's barren, or that. Please, Lord, you sent me a man. I asked for him. I said, please, Lord. Yo, please, Lord, don't let him talk shit. I said, please, Lord. If a man say my twat was bad, he lying. He's trying to deflect from the truth with his little lip Larry. A gummy worm. Wow, gummy worm. A gummy worm. A gummy worm. Don't try to tell me that you're not attracted to me. It's just that you can't raise a pea. You can't raise no pea. It ain't about me. You can't even raise it with the PORN. Yo. Barbara Hill CC says, ladies and gents don't wear leggings, please. Listen, the stories I've heard when people break up. Listen, I understand having trust issues, but if you like to get pegged by your woman, listen, I don't think there's no trust that high. I ain't never heard of no man who will let a woman put things in his butt who ain't been told on. I've known women that was still married to the nigga She's still told, yeah, well, we do a whole lot of things that other people might not do. Like what? Well, he gets pegged and plugged and pegged and plugged. I don't know. I don't know, son. The outtakes of your public persona. Swingers. People who swing.
90 seconds.
People who swing. Live the swinger lifestyle. Sometimes they want people to know, but there's a reason why swingers have their own community. Everybody don't need to know what they're doing. Everybody don't need to know how they get down. That's their thing. That's their own culture. That's literally how they swing. You don't swing that way, don't bring that this way.
60 seconds.
But I don't know. A lot of swingers do let you know what that they about that life. They'll let you know. They will let you know. So I don't. All right. Okay. We're going to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 7th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and make them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Arlena Jackson. Happy birthday to you. And Carla Jones. Happy birthday to you. And Dion Carter. Happy birthday to you. And my girl Shireen Smith, turning 51 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Lois Moses. Happy birthday. And Yasmin Martin Samuels. Happy birthday to you. And Ann Keisha Rebecca Desir. Happy birthday to you. And Yulercy Santo. Yulercy Santo, turning 29 years old today. And Ann Major. Well, actually, Ann Major passed. So I'm going to give a happy heavenly shout out to Ann Major. She would have been 53 years old today. Fuck cancer. Fuck all the way. And also, go get her, Michelle Fleming. Happy birthday to you, Miss Fleming. And Mr. Jordan? MRST? And is a man. I don't know. Okay. Comedian Ken Jones, turning 34 years old today. And last but not least, going all the way back to the 1989, Natalie T-Lock. And T-Lock is short for Tadlock, my girl Natalie Tadlock. She's a go-getter too. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious August 7th, anywhere out there in the world. I hope that today finds you a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. I rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen, the outtakes of your public persona, everybody don't have to know what you do. And everybody might not even care what you do, but you care about yourself and you care about what you do, and you have total control about what gets out there versus what doesn't. The thing is, if the negative part of you stays in the house versus going out there in the world, it can affect more than just yourself, especially if you live with other people. So if you whoop ass when you're at home, if you verbally abuse when you're at home, if you abuse drugs when you're at home, basically if you practice abusive tactics of any kind while you're at home, I'm not sure if I can just say just keep it at home, but I'm going to say that I would suggest that you work on it as best as possible. You know, just because you put on a good face out there in the world, it doesn't mean that people can't see the way that you really are. There are people out there who are trained to recognize certain signs and symbols and characteristics of people, regardless of whether they are displaying them for all of the ignorant people to see or not. We all have to work on ourselves, and at home is as great a place to do it as anybody else, anywhere else. The outtakes of your public persona. Be yourself, but be the best self that you can be. That's the best I can say. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Get a Business show at 7 p.m. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share the show. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet on your way out, I'd appreciate it mucho. You know I would. I do. I do. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it. Emily, thanks for coming on now.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers.